In the year which followed, the pilgrimage fell at the beginning of June, and on the Feast of the Sacrifices, the Prophet went to the valley of Mina, where the pilgrims camped for 5 days. It had been his practice now for several years to visit the various groups of tents and to declare his message to any who would listen, reciting for them such verses of the revelations as he felt moved to recite. The nearest point of Mina to Mecca is AQABAH, where the road rises up steeply from the valley towards the hills in the direction of the holy city. And it was this year at AQABAH that he came upon 6 men of the tribe of Khazraj from Yathrib. He did not know any of the 6, but they had all heard of him and of his claim to prophethood, and as soon as he told them who he was, their faces lit up with interest, and they listened to him attentively. Every man of them was familiar with the threat of their neighbors, the Yathrib Jews. "A prophet is now about to be sent. We will follow him, and we will slay you as the ancient tribes were slain." And when the prophet had finished speaking, they said to each other, "This is indeed the prophet that the Jews promised us would come. Let them not be the first to reach him." Then, after 1 or 2 questions had been asked and answered, each of the 6 men testified to the truth of the prophet's message and promised to fulfill the conditions of Islam which he laid before them. "We have left our people," they said, "for there is no people so torn asunder by enmity and evil as they. And it may be that God will unite them through thee. We will now go to them and summon them to accept thy religion, even as we have accepted it. And if God gather them together about thee, then no man will be mightier than thou." The Prophet continued to visit Abu Bakr regularly at his house amongst the dwellings of the Bani Jumah. These visits were a memorable feature of the childhood of Aisha, Abu Bakr's younger daughter. She could not remember a time when her father and mother were not Muslims, and when the Prophet was not a daily visitor to them. During this same year that followed Khadijah's death, the Prophet dreamed that he saw a man who was carrying someone wrapped in a piece of silk. The man said to him, "This is thy wife, so uncover her." The Prophet lifted the silk, and there was Aisha. But Aisha was only 6 years old, and he had passed his 50th year. Moreover, Abu Bakr had promised her to Mut'im for his son Jubair. The Prophet simply said to himself, "If this be from God, he will bring it to pass." A few nights later he saw in his sleep an angel carrying the same bundle of silk, and this time it was he who said to the angel, "Show me." The angel lifted the silk, and there again was Aisha, and again the Prophet said, "If this be from God, he will bring it to pass." As yet he mentioned these dreams to no one, not even to Abu Bakr. But now there came a third confirmation of a different kind. Khawla, the wife of Uthman ibn Mas'un, had been very attentive to the various needs of the Prophet's household ever since Khadijah's death. And one day, when she was in his house, she suggested to him that he should take another wife. When he asked her whom he should marry, she said, "Either Aisha, the daughter of Abu Bakr, or Sauda, the daughter of Zam'a." Sauda, the cousin and sister-in-law of Suhail, was now a widow, aged about 30. Her first husband, Sakran, Suhail's brother, had taken her with him to Abyssinia, and they had been among the first to return to Mecca. Not long after their return, Sakran had died. The Prophet told Khawla to seek to arrange his marriages to both the brides she had suggested. Sauda's answer was, "I am at thy service, O Messenger of God." And the Prophet sent back word saying, "Bid a man of thy people give thee in marriage." She chose her brother-in-law, Hatib, who by this time had also returned from Abyssinia, and he gave her in marriage to the Prophet. Meantime, Abu Bakr approached Mut'im, who was persuaded without difficulty to forego the marriage of Aisha to his son. And some months after the marriage of Sauda, Aisha also became the Prophet's wife through a marriage contracted by him and her father, at which she herself was not present.